How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Justin the Ways Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan.
And I'm your host, Dean.
And today we're doing a podcast.
Woo!
If you're new to the channel, please smash the subscribe button and also hit the like button and comment what you guys want us to talk about next. Let's get into the podcast.
Yes, so in today's episode, we are going to talk about Superman. Our reaction to Superman, also our reaction to Squid Game Season 3, and also some Avengers Doomsday news and theories, and possibly a Spider-Man theory.
Ooh, let's get into this.
Okay, so first off, our Superman reaction. Now, we went to the world premiere. This episode will come out on Sunday, but we saw it on Monday. And guys, it was incredible.
It really was. There was so much hype going into this movie, right? Like the marketing campaign for this film started all the way back, I think, in December 2024.
Yes.
So this has been like a full year almost of.
Well, yeah, like
almost
like seven months.
Yeah, which is a long time.
Right.
To be marketing a movie. And I really feel like there was so much hype built around this film. And we saw the first 30 minutes of it a week ago.
Yeah.
But what I realized is the first 30 minutes they showed us, some of the scenes were deleted from what actually is in the film.
That's very true.
So I have to tell you guys, the film is really good. I was putting this on such high expectations.
Yeah.
And for my expectations to be met and for it to be a little bit higher than what my expectations were is incredible.
I mean, do you think this is the best DC film to date?
Okay, I am a big fan of the Suicide Squad.
Right.
But I do feel that I could be wrong.
Christopher Nolan Batman's aside.
Oh, then yes.
Wow.
Yes, I do feel that. I feel like this iteration of Superman is the closest we'll ever get to Christopher Reeve's Superman.
That's very
and there's
true.
something about he's so naive and innocent and bold and courageous.
Right.
It's like encapsulates Superman perfectly. David Cornsweet.
It's like all the core values to Superman is portrayed in this one film.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah, I feel like they highlighted the struggles of Superman very well. Like, it wasn't just about, oh, Superman swoops in, saves the day. He's just like this almighty, crazy, overpowered guy.
Yeah.
We see his weaknesses. We see his struggles as Clark Kent, but also as Superman, and how he can lose fights.
Yes, and I feel like that is the master trick for the Superman to be successful, is that I think for the longest time, Superman was so overpowered.
Right.
That it was hard to have like a really good story.
Yeah.
Where like high stakes. And now to have a Superman that's more grounded and can get hurt.
Right.
Anything can happen.
Exactly. Because, I mean, we'll get into spoilers later, but just before we get into that, you definitely see how he's more relatable.
Yes.
Right? They really crushed it on that aspect where it's like, you can relate to this Superman. Because I feel like for so long, it was like hard to relate to a Superman story because you're like, it's not like a Spider-Man where you're like, you see him go through school and everything. You can kind of relate to the Superman. You see him go through his job, the struggles of going in his job, being in that like industry, but also being Superman and also having a relationship. It's all difficult, and it really highlighted all that. And I feel like the cast, when they're on screen, you could definitely tell this cast has a lot of chemistry. You just know that when we get future films with this cast, it's going to be even better because they're just going to build on that chemistry more and more.
Yeah. You could tell like he's still a fairly young Superman, even though he's been doing it for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But I could see how there's still so many areas to grow still, and so many areas of amazing storytelling.
Right. Now we're going to get into some spoilers. So if you guys don't want to hear the spoilers yet, you can skip a little bit ahead and you'll be past it. But we want to talk about the cameos.
Yeah.
Now the cameos were there was a lot. I think there was a decent amount. There could have been more, but I think it was a good amount to have in like the first kickoff of this universe.
Yeah, I agree. What it really showed me is that everyone that's already existing in James Gunn's universe, he kind of wanted to have them exist in this movie.
Right. And that's like a big thing I think James Gunn learned from Marvel. Okay, like we see like James Gunn talked about how he doesn't want to tease future projects in the post-credit scenes. And he said like he learned that from Marvel. He's using all the things he learned from Marvel into DC now. So we see like all these other heroes that are supposed to be in the universe, they should make appearances at any moment in time, right? If there's a big threat, there should be multiple heroes.
Right.
Right. And it makes complete sense. Like, why in Marvel, like, do we have Hawkeye and Kate Bishop going on all these street level missions? Where's Daredevil? Where's Spider-Man? Where's Punisher? How do they not even get mentioned?
Right.
Right. So I think James Gunn is really taking like all the lessons he learned and just implementing into this. And he's killing it. Like, I think the future for DC is very bright.
Yes.
We did get to see Peacemaker. That was like a cool cameo because that was something I didn't expect. But after seeing Peacemaker in this, it makes me really excited for Peacemaker Season 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we know Peacemaker Season 2 is supposed to be like multiverse, right? And they're going to deal with all that. So I'm really wondering how they're going to connect that and how they're going to possibly bring the Peacemaker we know into this universe, or how they're going to connect everything, because I think it could get pretty intense.
Yeah, because we know that there's going to be like the multiverse element of Peacemaker Season 2.
Right.
And if you bring the multiverse element, I mean, does that mean Jason Momoa's Aquaman's also going to be in it? You know, like,
that's true.
Or we can get multiple different versions of the Flash. I don't think Henry Cavill will come back for Peacemaker season 2, but
No.
you know what I mean, though?
But yeah, you're right, because we do see like the Justice League is in Peacemaker.
Right.
So.
And Jason Momoa was in it.
Right. They actually showed him.
And Ezra.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Yeah.
They just showed them too, like their faces.
Right.
But the silhouettes of everyone else were there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So it's gonna be interesting how they connect everything. Another thing we saw was Supergirl.
Yes.
Now this was a very short cameo, but incredibly awesome. Now the vibes I get from Supergirl is like kind of like college party girl, like just kind of just in a sense, in a lack of better words, immature.
Yeah, it's very giving. It's giving like Gen V. The boys mixed with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and we see that she is the rightful owner to crypto.
Yeah.
But it also makes me wonder, like, in the Supergirl movie, how are they going to make... It's going to be an interesting dynamic because she has, like, this immaturity to her. But then she's going to really have to hold on to the responsibility that she has as Supergirl.
Right.
Right? She's immature, but she has these immense powers and that she needs to protect people. So how does she, like, kind of balance everything? Because she clearly just wants to have fun.
Yeah. Now the question is, too, is David Cornsweet Superman, do you think he's going to appear in Supergirl?
I think he has to.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Especially how... You guys will, like, see in the movie, but, like, it's a very casual like cameo. It's like as if they see each other pretty often.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're like, oh, your cousin's home. There's going to be a lot of cameos in every single DC movie from now on.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are going to be surprises, some maybe not. But I think James Gunn is really setting the stage here that everything will be connected. And there's not going to be like this big confusion of where's like anyone. Everybody's going to be in the same vicinity. And if someone's not there, they're going to explain why.
Yeah. It almost seems like every movie that James Gunn's going to do, it's going to be like, think Avengers, right? Where there's a bunch of heroes.
Right.
But just their appearances are very small.
Yeah. So my question is, we know James Gunn isn't going to direct every single DC movie that comes out here on out.
Right.
Can we expect him to put in all these different cameos still?
Yeah.
Like with these other directors?
Yeah.
He's going to have to, right?
Yeah, because that's just like he's trying to set the stage and build like a ecosystem of how his movies are going to be done in that universe. And all the directors just have to kind of follow his lead, I think.
Yeah, because guys, I mean, if you're watching this part of the podcast, you guys know how good this movie is.
Yeah.
It's really insane.
Yeah, and you know, everyone wants a good Superman.
Right.
And I really feel like James Gunn delivered.
Yeah, and another question is Robert Pattinson's Batman going to be David Cornsweet's Batman?
The reason why I think it is because David Cornsweet did an interview where he talks about how he really wants to see his Superman be in different genres, different ratings, like an R-rated Superman. Right, and I started thinking about it, right? Yeah. The reason why an R-rated Superman could work is because, one, he's not going to cuss.
Right.
Like, to begin with, him as a person.
Yeah.
I mean, him as a character.
Clark Kent.
Superman will not cuss, right? So for him to enter an R-rated scene, it's totally valid because those characters around him can be R-rated types of people.
Right.
But Superman's always going to be Superman.
Yeah.
Now, in this film, we didn't really see him fight people.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much gore.
Right.
Right. It's a lot of like the kaiju,
supers,
it's supers. So, I mean, if
metahumans,
we see him fight, I know Superman doesn't kill.
Yeah.
But in an R-rated Superman film or R-rated Batman film, Superman could exist and fight and it could get pretty, you know.
Yeah. It doesn't mean he has to kill someone, but it could get pretty bloody.
So I think by him saying he wants to be an R-rated one, I think it kind of sets the stage for possibly a dark Batman.
Yeah.
Like a Robert Pattinson.
Especially him saying that he wants to be in different genres, right? Because we see how Robert Pattinson's Batman, it's a totally different theme.
Yeah.
Right? Very dark, very grounded.
Yeah.
So, and we see like how Superman is very like cosmic, very out there. Optimistic, right? So by him saying he wants to be in different genres, it kind of just shows like, hey, he wants to be with Robert Pattinson's Batman, because that would totally flip the switch on what he just did with Superman. So I think if they're together, that would be probably one of the most iconic dynamic duos in cinema history.
Yeah, I just feel that I don't think another Batman should come in.
That's what.
It's getting too confusing. Just let Robert Pattinson be the Batman.
And I think James Gunn knows that. I think he has to know that, because if you keep adding in like different versions of these people, it's good to get confusing, especially on how well received the Batman was, Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yeah.
There really is no sense to get rid of him.
It's just that the Batman, the Brave and the Bold script, like leak or whatever, like the concept, it was like supposed to be like an old Batman with a young Robin.
Oh.
So, I mean.
Batman 2?
No. Batman, the Brave and the Bold, which was going to be the DC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, I don't know if I would want that. Now seeing David Cornsweet's Superman.
You would want Robert Pattinson to be the Batman.
Yeah. Or at least like, no, yeah, I'd want Robert Pattinson. I don't want anyone else.
Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know where that movie stands right now, if maybe they're adjusting it so Robert Pattinson could do it. But I really agree that Robert Pattinson and David Cornsweet would make a great Batman and Superman team up.
You mentioned a few weeks ago that James Gunn even said like maybe Batman and Superman already have come into contact.
Yeah.
Right? And it makes sense. In this film, we see like time has passed. Superman has been Superman for a while. He's come out as Superman like to the world.
And he knows like the Justice Gang, right?
Yeah.
Like he's like close to them. Like they know he's Clark Kent, right? They're like, how you doing, Clark?
Yeah.
Like there's already rapport in a relationship. So who knows if he doesn't already have that with Batman.
Exactly. And Batman, of all people, would figure out that he's Clark Kent.
Yeah.
So I think he possibly already came into contact with Robert Pattinson. And I'm calling it. I think it is Robert Pattinson.
Wow. I hope you're right.
Okay, next thing is Squid Game Season 3, the final season of Squid Game.
Yes.
Now, thank you to Netflix for flying us out to Korea. We actually got to celebrate the countdown of the final season's release, and we just straight up binged it right after that.
Yeah, we're in Korea right after the party started watching.
Yeah, and gosh, I will say this season is very intense. I went into it kind of wondering where it's going to go because we know like it wasn't going to be a happy ending. So going into it, I was kind of like, is Gion going to die then? Is he going to live? I was really trying to figure out how they're going to do the baby.
Yeah.
And
what's going to happen to this baby?
And you know what? I think they did it right.
You think they did it right with the baby having to play the game?
Yeah. And then I think like the baby being the winner, you really shouldn't kill a baby on screen like that.
Yeah. It's so interesting, like how in the first season of Squid Game, when Gion's fighting his friend, Gion tells him like, hey, like his friend's basically almost dead. Like,
yeah.
And Gion's like, I quit. I want to give up the game. I want to stop.
Right.
But he doesn't want to, right? The friend ends up not wanting to.
Yeah.
So they're saying that like maybe Gion could have just said like, let's just stop.
Oh, yeah.
But now in season 3, they incorporated in season 2 too, that players before each game can vote to stop the games or not.
Yeah.
So I think by implementing that rule, it takes away the possibility of during the game them to be like, let's split the money now. Let's all just have a moment.
Yeah. You know, to be honest though, the last game, it was intense, but I thought it could have been a little bit more intense. Like it was a very interesting concept of like, hey, we got to push someone off and we just got to push one person off every time. But I think it could have been a little bit more of like less debating and more getting to it. That was like my only like critical problem with it. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it was like
the game that was played?
Yeah, and like how they handled that game, because I feel like that game could have got really messy really fast, you know, because like they're like all teaming up and they have Gion and then Minsu, right, and they're all like picking who's gonna push who. I just think it was too much debate and more like we just need to start it, like get into it. And I thought there would have been a little bit more like backstabbing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the ultimate backstabbing was the guy willing to kill his son, kill his baby.
Yeah.
That is like insane.
That was kind of crazy.
Not kind of. That was insane.
Yeah, that was insane.
That is horrible.
I also want to talk about the theories. Ryan actually got a good amount of theories right in this last season.
I guess so, huh?
Right? I mean, okay, so there was a trailer that came out before this season premiered. And in this trailer, you see them playing jump rope. And you see one person get caught by the rope and fall and die. Now, they never disclose who this player was in the trailer. They just show the shoe, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now, Ryan was talking about a theory how on this person's shoe, you could actually match the blood pattern that was shown on the shoe to someone earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And you could definitely tell that the blood stain on the shoe was the shoe of Thanos' friend.
Right.
And it ended up being Thanos' friend.
And boom, dead.
Yeah. Another theory that Ryan talked about was that there's bombs on the island.
Yes.
And now those bombs on the island from season 1, we're going to come back and play a big role. Because we see in season 1 how the detective's like going through the tunnels and he's undercover and they're saying like the bombs are for the VIPs if they ever wanted to escape, and they had to like destroy all the evidence of the island.
Right.
And we see that literally happens.
The front man hits the detonation.
Right. Because the Coast Guard is on their way and they needed to detonate the island.
And then blew it up.
Yeah. So Ryan actually got a good amount of those right.
And I got the game right about the knife and the key.
Yes. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Because watching that trailer, I could not figure out what it was.
Yeah.
But the fact that one team had keys, one team had knives, dude, you hit it on the head.
Yeah. So I feel pretty good about this season. Theories were right.
Yeah.
I'll take the win here. I know that it's probably going to be tough to predict all this stuff to happen again, but it was fun.
Yeah, and we also want to talk about the future of Squid Game. Now, we see at the end of season 3, we see the front man visits Gion's daughter, and they're in LA.
Yes.
And then we see him driving down Hollywood Boulevard, and all of a sudden, he hears someone getting slapped, right? And we can see that someone else is getting recruited into Squid Games on Hollywood Boulevard, and the recruiter is Cate Blanchett.
Right.
Now, this is what's crazy about this, okay? There was a big rumor that Leonardo DiCaprio was going to show up in Squid Game Season 3.
Right.
Now, that obviously did not happen. But when you really think about it, okay, the fact that we're getting the level of talent of Cate Blanchett as the recruiter for the US Squid Game, it definitely makes sense now that Leonardo DiCaprio could be the frontman or a VIP for the US Squid Game.
I agree, especially like looking at some of his roles. Like just for example, that comes to my mind is Django Unchained, right? Leonardo DiCaprio could play a crazy frontman.
Right.
And it would be phenomenal.
Yeah. And you know what? I think it's going to be him. The fact that there was a rumor that Leonardo DiCaprio was going to be in Squid Game, that's so out there.
Yeah.
But the fact that Cate Blanchett is now the recruiter, I think it's definitely 70% to 80% possible.
That it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
He's going to be involved in
He's going to be involved. I think he's going to be the front man.
Yeah.
Because a VIP only shows up so little, unless the VIPs are now going to be like a big part of the story, which I don't think they would be.
Yeah. And you know what I have to say about this, about the Korean Squid Games, right? The front man is conflicted, right? Even though he's like evil, you could tell that he's not like fully invested.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just like a hyper crazy Leonardo DiCaprio, like Django Unchained, and he just like wants people to die? Like he's super excited for it. Like a really evil front man, like that is like really open about death, doesn't care about fairness in the games, just wants like, people to lose.
Right. Because then how do you overthrow that kind of front man?
Yeah.
Right. But when you have a front man that kind of is, in a sense, helping the players, right? You see how the front man in the Korean Squid Game gives Gion the knife and say, hey, just go kill everyone and win.
Yeah.
Right. Just as the old man did that for him when he was playing.
Right.
Now imagine a Leonardo DiCaprio like level crazy in the front man position and be like, give him a knife. He could give anyone a knife, and just say, go play unfair.
Right.
And just completely ruin the game, but make it so unfair because it's entertaining for the VIPs.
Yeah.
And he's so about like appeasing the VIPs. He's just going to make the game as crazy as possible.
Right.
I think that's where they could go.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be crazy.
Okay, so moving on to Marvel news. Okay, so we got an early list of Avengers Doomsday Marvel Legends that they're creating. Now, it's a short list, but it's kind of crucial. Okay, so first, Doctor Doom, Mr. Fantastic with Herbie. So it's going to be like a dual pack.
Okay.
Gambit, Captain America, Invisible Woman, Cyclops, Human Torch, Shang-Chi, Thor, and The Thing.
Ooh, nice.
So that's the short list. And we can definitely tell that there's a lot of people missing.
Yeah.
Right? It's very interesting that this size of a list came out, but we know that there's an insane amount of cast in this movie. There's 2 X-Men on this list.
When you look at the Marvel Legends that were done for Deadpool and Wolverine, till this day, right, all you have a Wolverine in normal clothes. You have a Wolverine in his suit. You have a Deadpool in his suit. And I believe that is it. I'm pretty sure that Marvel Legends did not do any characters besides Deadpool and Wolverine.
Interesting.
And as we know, there's Gambit, there's Elektra, there's Blade, there's X-22, there's so many other characters in this film.
23.
Sorry. But what I'm trying to get at is that for Marvel Legends, Deadpool and Wolverine, I think they purposely only did Deadpool and Wolverine because they didn't want to spoil the movie.
Oh.
So I have a feeling that the Marvel Legends that they're going to release, since they have to get the toys pre-made like way in advance, they're not going to have anybody that's like really big, like really like hidden in the cast.
So going off of that then, do you think this list are like the forerunners for this movie then? Like, do you think this is going to be like the head honchos of this film?
I would say, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It makes sense because we have the Fantastic Four. We obviously know the Fantastic Four need to be forerunners because it's Doctor Doom, right? It's Doomsday. They need to be there. But then we also have some Avengers. But it's interesting how we only have 2 X-Men out of all the X-Men that were announced.
Right.
Now it makes me seem that Cyclops and Gambit are going to be like the main X-Men. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's not going to be Wolverine. I mean, when you really think about it though, okay? If they're doing the whole thing of like hiding people, right? You'd think they want to capitalize on a Wolverine toy for Doomsday.
Yeah, if Wolverine's in the movie.
If he's in the movie.
You would think they would make a toy, right? But also you can argue that in Deadpool and Wolverine, why not have a Blade toy? Like that'd be really cool.
That's true.
So
that's a good point.
I don't think they care necessarily about making like an epic toy.
Yeah. They
just want to try to keep the spoilers out.
That makes sense. Okay, another thing I wanted to talk about is the Thunderbolts post-credit scene. Now, we've talked about this a lot, but I really want to talk about this 14-month time gap because I'm really starting to think now, if we're getting all these characters, because we know that the teams are kind of going to be separated. It's going to be like kind of like an Infinity War thing, how one team's going to be over here, one team's going to be over there, and it's going to be very different.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm trying to think in this. Are we going to get any sort of Sam Wilson recruiting everyone? You know what I mean? Are we going to get any sense of how the Avengers came to be now? Like, who is an Avenger? You know what I mean? Are we going to get something like that where Sam Wilson is basically like the Nick Fury now? And he's like, hey, we got to bring the team together.
If you ask me, I don't think they're going to do that whole thing. I think it's going to be like assumed that it happened behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And that was that whole post-credit scene in Thunderbolts where they're like, Sam's already creating his own team.
Right.
We have our new Avengers team.
Well, in Thunderbolts, it almost makes it seem like they're already created.
Yeah.
Right? As if they've been a team.
Uh-huh.
So it makes me wonder, like, are they going to kind of play into that? Because we know the original Avengers, right? They had many years to fight together, right? We see in the first Avengers, they're a little bit dysfunctional at first.
Uh-huh.
So since this new Avengers team, not the Thunderbolts, but like the Avengers team that Sam Wilson is creating, are they going to be a little dysfunctional because they haven't been fighting together for very long? So we're going to kind of see this dysfunctional team trying to fight Doom, and that's why they possibly could lose, because they're so like, they don't know how to work together.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
You know what I mean? They can kind of play into that as if like, hey, like we don't know each other, but we're on the team and we're just trying to figure it out as we go.
Yeah, I think too, like with the new Avengers being the Thunderbolts and then Sam Wilson's Avengers,
Yeah.
both teams don't really know what they're doing.
Right.
So it's going to be really cool to see them kind of have that realization together and be like, hey, look, we got to do this together.
Yeah. But see, what's interesting about the Thunderbolts, during the movie, we see them continuously grow and work together better.
Yeah.
Right. Then 14 months go by and we see them, they're like this full-blown team.
Yeah.
Now, it almost seems like they possibly had more experience together than possibly Sam Wilson's Avengers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Sam Wilson's Avengers most likely will consist of Falcon, Shang-Chi,
Black Panther,
Namor,
possibly Namor,
Winston Dukes, M'Baku.
Yeah. It's not a very big team. Thor.
Okay. That's valid.
I'm just trying to think because we know that
Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk. I really want to see how they do the Black Panther Namor thing, because we see like at the end of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Shuri basically like spares Namor.
Yeah.
In a way. So I'm trying to really figure out, how did they come to now work together?
Right.
Because in the Secret Wars Hickman run, we see that Namor and Black Panther basically have to work together. They're together, and they're a pretty big part of the story. So I'm trying to figure out how they're going to mesh all that together in such a short amount of time.
Right.
I'm starting to think that the Fantastic Four post-credit scene is going to be absolutely insane, right?
Really?
Yeah. And then, now that Doomsday is coming out after Spider-Man post-credit scene is going to be even crazier.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because before, Doomsday was coming out before Spider-Man, even though Spider-Man takes place before Doomsday.
Right.
So now that Doomsday is after Spider-Man, they could make that Spider-Man post-credit scene insane.
Yeah.
Right? And have this full-blown, like, X-Men coming in and everything, everybody, like, saying, we gotta get together.
To be fair, in Spider-Man Brand New Day, that could be the movie too, where we see the new Avengers, the Avengers teams kind of like
true.
Getting their feet off the ground.
Oh, yeah. It would make more sense to be in that movie than the Fantastic
New York.
Four. Right.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to talk about is Daniel RPK said that Marvel is taking a new approach to Disney Plus shows. That Disney Plus shows will be all the grounded street level stories, and the big stuff will be for the movies. Now, when I think of street level, I'm thinking Daredevil, Punisher, Miss Marvel, possibly Spider-Man. But do I think that they should be the ones to always be getting shows? I think they should be the ones to be getting movies.
Uh-huh.
Don't you think? Like, if they're saving the shows for like the street level stuff and then the movies for the big stuff, those street level characters are big enough to have movies.
Yeah, like a Punisher movie would be great.
Right. So I'm trying to figure out like how are they going to balance that out? Who's going to be like the street level characters? Like, is that going to be like the Kate Bishop show or something like that?
Yeah.
But
well, I guess when you think about it, Daredevil has his own show, street level.
Right.
Punisher had his own show on Netflix, street level.
Yeah, but they're getting so big that it's almost like we'd rather them have a movie.
Yes and no. I could see them doing a movie where like Daredevil, Punisher, Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Like that happens.
Right.
But right now, we already get Disney Plus shows where Daredevil and Punisher have teamed up.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And did it really need to happen on the big screen? It didn't have to.
But it would have been a lot cooler.
It would have been cool.
Yeah. And I feel like if it was like a Daredevil Punisher movie, dude, that would bring in the dough.
It might. If it's rated R and it's really gruesome, yeah.
Another piece of news is that Lilo and Stitch 2 is in the works.
Oh, nice.
Now, I've been talking to a lot of people trying to get their opinions on the live action Lilo and Stitch because it clearly made a lot of money.
Clearly.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably over $1 billion now.
Is it?
It probably is, because I think the last time it was like at 930 or something.
Okay.
I've been talking to a lot of people. Some people really love it. Some people not so much. Now, I think the biggest thing that was making people not like this movie was that they were comparing it to the original. And yes, it is totally valid to compare the movie, right?
Right. I think that's what comes along when you try to recreate or, reimagine something. There's always that initial reference point that we all know. Right. And people are going to just naturally compare it because you're naming it the same thing and you're basing it on the same thing.
Exactly. So I think coming from like the other side of things, I think if you don't compare the movie, you just go in and you're like, okay, this is going to be a totally separate thing. It's not going to be the original. Then I think you're going to like it because I've talked to people and they said it's either people who haven't seen the original or they just try to completely disregard the original. And they said they liked the live action. But once you start comparing it, that's when you get in trouble. That's when it's like, I don't know about it. Now, the only thing that I would change about this movie, the live action, was to make Jumba a little bit nicer.
Oh.
They made Jumba look way too evil. Right? He was like the big bad of the movie. And now that Lilo and Stitch 2 is in the works, and I think they said it's good. It's not even going to follow the second animated.
Oh, it's totally different now.
I think it's going to be totally different. So my only hope is that you make Jumba a little bit like on the good side. Because man, they made him look really bad.
Yeah, Jumba in the animated films, it was like such a cool character because you get to see his character development towards the good.
Right. It's like a character arc, right? In the live action, it's just bad. But like in the original, it was like starting off a little bit bad. Then it starts to like get good.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, man, it really just like ruined my vision of Jumba.
Oh. Well, I hope that Disney listens to the fans and just figures out a good story that could work for the second one.
Yeah. Another big piece of news, a big announcement.
Oh.
Michael Bay is coming back to do Transformers.
Wow.
I mean, guys, that is crazy. I mean, when's the last time we had a Michael Bay Transformers? I mean, that was like our childhood.
Yeah. Did Michael Bay? Yeah, he did do. He did the Mark Wahlberg's Transformer movies.
Yeah. I'm going to say it right now. Even if the story isn't good, it's going to look freaking amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? I don't even care. To be honest, I just want to see like the level of action that Michael Bay gave us. I just want to see that again in a Transformers movie. Yeah. Like every time we got to see Optimus like come in and swoop in and save the day.
Yeah.
Those were like some of the craziest scenes ever, right? Like Revenge of the Fallen when he gets all the upgrades.
Yeah.
And then he fights Megatron. I'm like, dude, can we get that again? Like it is crazy.
And the rumor isn't it, that the G.I. Joe and the Transformers, that's going to be the next movie, right? The crossover.
Yeah, but I don't think he's doing that one.
What?
Yeah, I think he's going to do it like completely separate one.
Oh, never mind.
It's like they don't know which one he's doing yet.
Darn.
Yeah.
The G.I. Joe one would have been epic.
Right. It definitely would have been epic. Okay, so moving on, I wanted to get into some theories. Now, this is a Spider-Man theory that we talked about on TikTok, but this is about Spider-Man Brand New Day and how Hulk is going to play a big role in this movie. So we know that there's a lot of villains confirmed in this movie. We know that Hulk is also confirmed in this movie. Now, if you go all the way back to 1993, there is a Spider-Man comic where Hulk actually gets like exposed to like this gamma virus. Now, what's crazy about this too is it's Professor Hulk. Professor Hulk gets exposed to this gamma virus.
Yeah.
Now, this gamma virus brings out Savage Hulk in him, right? So he's no longer Professor Hulk.
Right.
He's actually Hulk, and he ends up fighting Spider-Man. Now, what this shows me is in Brand New Day, they could definitely have Bruce Banner Hulk, Professor Hulk, be exposed to some sort of virus that the villains make because they want to somehow control Hulk, and it brings out the old Hulk that we all want.
That's what we want.
Right? And we know that in that one comic that you talked about, right, Hulk remembers the identity of Spider-Man, which is Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, the way they could go where we bring back the old Hulk, you know? Because, like, we have the villains. They're going to make this virus to try to take over Hulk because they know, like, he's Professor Hulk. You really can't touch Professor Hulk besides giving him a virus, probably.
Yeah.
So if they give him a virus, they somewhat control him. Now, that could bring back a Bruce Banner human form turning into the Hulk.
Yes.
Right? And then we get the whole, like, Peter Parker remembrance thing. And I think that's the one way we get like the Savage Hulk before Avengers Doomsday.
Oh, you're right.
Right? Even though Hulk isn't confirmed for Avengers Doomsday, I think they have to have Hulk there.
I think they're waiting to confirm him
after
Brand New Day.
Right. So I think that's one way they're going to get the old Hulk back. Because I think that's one of the biggest questions. Like, are we ever going to see an old Hulk? Because now we just have Professor Hulk. And how do you kind of reverse that? Because it seems like Bruce Banner is very happy with Professor Hulk. But once you get a villain involved and they're the ones to take Professor Hulk away, I think that's the way they have to go to bring back the old Hulk.
I agree. I love that theory.
Yeah. Another theory I want to talk about that we talked about before is the dream walking theory.
Yes.
Now, there's a theory on how Dr. Doom and Tony Stark look alike. Now, this theory gets a little bit crazy. So just like bear with me, okay? So we know that it's been confirmed that Doctor Doom is not a variant of Tony Stark. So when you really think about that, that kind of confirms the theory that Tony Stark could be an adopted Victor Von Doom, right? Because we talked about that comic before, The Secret Origin of Tony Stark. And in that comic, Tony Stark is not the biological son of Maria and Howard Stark. So when you really think about that, it makes sense that if Victor Von Doom isn't a variant of Tony Stark, that means Tony Stark is a variant of Victor Von Doom, right?
Yeah.
Now, in the Multiverse of Madness, we get introduced to dreamwalking, where it's like a sorcerer could transfer their conscience into another version of themselves across the multiverse and basically control them. We see Wanda do it, and then we see Doctor Strange do it, okay? But Doctor Strange does it, and he puts his conscience into a dead variant of himself, and that's how we get zombie Doctor Strange. Now, that just confirms that you can put your conscience into a dead or alive variant of yourself. Now, when you really think about it, if Doctor Doom is one of the best sorcerers in all of Marvel, it makes sense that if Tony Stark is a variant of Victor Von Doom, that means a Victor Von Doom that's Doctor Doom across the multiverse can dreamwalk and put himself in Universe 616 Tony Stark's body.
Right, because when we see Doctor Strange do it,
yeah,
when he goes to 838, right?
Right.
That Doctor Strange, the zombie one,
yeah,
is dead in that universe.
Right.
So that's why when he goes to that universe through dreamwalking, he's in a dead body.
Exactly. And we know the Russo brothers said that Tony Stark's death plays a role in Victor Von Doom's story. So if that's the case, how else would Tony Stark's death be related to Victor Von Doom if Victor Von Doom could dreamwalk into that body? Now, this is another reason why he could dreamwalk into that body and why it would only help Doom. If Victor Von Doom puts himself in Tony Stark's body, all the Avengers are going to trust Tony Stark. They already built that trust. Maybe in other universes and maybe in the universe that Victor Von Doom comes from, right? He's Victor Von Doom. He doesn't have the trust of the Avengers. So why not go to a universe where he already has the trust of Avengers, right? Even if he has to resurrect his body, he still has the trust of Avengers. You don't think Tom Holland is going to run to him with open arms? It makes complete sense.
Right.
So I think Doctor Doom could be dreamwalking into Tony Stark's body, and Tony Stark is the variant of Victor Von Doom.
I think it's a good theory.
Okay, so moving on to Would You Rathers.
Would you rather?
Okay. Would you rather be a background character in every Oscar-winning movie?
Okay.
Or be the lead in a movie that wins 0 awards, but it's the highest grossing movie ever?
The lead role in the highest grossing movie ever.
Really?
I mean, come on. Like, based on your example, that's like Avengers Endgame never won an Oscar, right?
Right.
But I would love to be Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, that's true, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You got to go for the box office lead role.
Yeah. You're right.
100%. I mean, comment what you guys think. I that's what I think.
No, yeah, I agree. Because if you're, yeah, you gotta look at all these superhero movies, right? If you're the lead role in that, yeah, and you're making all that money, yeah, you're right. Okay, would you rather have the Flash's power, but you can only travel 2 miles a day with super speed, or would you rather have Superman's powers, but you only have them for 5 minutes a day?
Sorry, how long do I have flashes for?
You can only run 2 miles with super speed.
I do this Superman,
okay,
right? Because since he runs fast too,
yeah.
Even though I only have 5 minutes, I technically can be longer because he's running faster than the speed of light, right?
Right.
So yeah.
Superman. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go. Okay, would you rather live the life of Wolverine where you outlive everyone you love, you feel every bit of pain when you get hurt, but you have his powers? Or would you live the life of Superman? Some people love you, some people hate you, and every time something bad happens, you get blamed.
Probably Superman.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I think I would go Superman too.
Wolverine's life is rough.
Yeah.
I get Superman has his struggles, but Wolverine, man.
I mean, you're alone for forever.
Yeah, you relive suffering all the time.
Yeah, and you feel every bit of pain. I'm not saying Superman doesn't feel pain, but he definitely feels a lot less than Wolverine does.
He lives with a lot more optimism and positivity, too.
Yeah. Comment what you guys think. I think you got to go Superman.
I would go Superman.
Would you rather live the life of Batman or would you rather live the life of Iron Man? When you really think about it, both of these characters kind of have similar lives.
Billionaire.
Lose their parents.
Yeah.
Right? Tries to save the day, tries to do the right thing, always tries to fix things.
No technical powers other than their suits and the technology and their brains. I would go Iron Man.
Is it just because of the suit?
It's just because I like Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
Dude, and Gotham's so like icky and I don't really want to hang out there.
I think you really gotta think about where you're saving.
Yeah,
too.
I'd rather be in Malibu.
Yeah, I think you'd rather be saving the Malibu area rather than Gotham.
Yeah.
Okay, would you rather have a Star Wars Clone Wars live action movie trilogy, or would you rather erase all the sequels from Star Wars history as if they never existed?
I would do the Clone Wars movie.
Really?
Yeah.
You do the Clone Wars movie trilogy over erasing the sequels.
I think so, because I just want that Clone Wars movie so bad.
But
I've lived with the sequels for this long. I've made it this far.
But if you erase the sequels, it gives them a chance to like do it over. Or possibly just end it after 6.
Hot take, I liked episode 7.
Okay, okay. I'll give you that. Episode 7 was good. Like, it brought a lot of hope.
Yeah.
But you'd really take the Clone Wars live action?
Yeah, I really want the Clone Wars live action.
Yeah.
I would love a whole trilogy within the Clone Wars.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that outweighs erasing the damage that was done.
So hard, because I would love to see Mark Hamill get the trilogy he wants for the sequels. That's tough. I just want the Clone Wars so bad.
Yeah. Okay. Comment what you guys think. I think I would go the sequels, but Ryan wants to go the Clone Wars.
I just feel like that would be such an epic couple movies if they did that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this week's podcast. If you're new to the channel, please smash the subscribe button and also hit the like button. If you hit the like button, you'll have good luck.
Wow.
That's the word on the street. But thank you guys for your support. We'll see you guys tomorrow on TikTok and Instagram Reels and IG and all that.
Spotify,
YouTube.
Podcast,
next week, Sunday.
We'll see you guys on TikTok.
Love you guys. See ya.
You said it wrong.
Love you guys. God bless you.
God bless you guys. See ya.
Sorry,
I say
my
love
mic
ya.
stand's falling off.
Love ya.